Hello everybody. So today we are going to be doing a video I was thinking about, and basically in my sum up of the sort of going through my collection series I have been posting for the past month or two, I wanted to highlight some products I sort of rediscovered from that process because I've been really enjoying going through those things and swatching things and just seeing products that I might not have pulled out in a while. And now I have a couple products that I've rediscovered and love and never really appreciated before or didn't use them in a while. So I wanted to just highlight them and kind of go through some fun ones. So the first, well, before I begin, I do want to say, like, some of these products I of course have used or are newer or super popular, but in some way or another, I just wasn't using them or hadn't found a use that I really enjoyed for them in a while, and now I do. So I just wanted to like talk about some products I like, kind of like a favorites video, but really only products that I had rediscovered. So the first products I wanted to highlight is this combo. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40 and then the Clinique Sun-Kissed Face Jelly. So I have been using these mixed together. I really like how they look. In all honesty, like, I'm sure it would be a similar look with just the Clinique product, but I think mixing it together with this makes it apply a lot smoother and distribute across the face nicer. It's going to be less patchy, and I think it's a fun way to kind of get that glowy bronze look underneath the skin without you know, needing a Drunk Elephant product. These are kind of products I just already had, and I don't think this Clinique Sun-Kissed Face Jelly would apply super well on its own. I just think it's a little too intense. To give some context, one, if the stain is still on my face, this does stain, which is crazy, but this can be a really deep product. It's very intimidating, but it does like blend out to a thing. So it's really nice. I love that product, and that combo has just been really nice for me, especially as we move into spring and summer. Like, I think that bronzy glow is just a lot of fun for me right now. And again, I had both these products, but using them separately had just never been something I was like excited to use, but I really like this combo, and so that was just kind of one thing I discovered by going through that makeup collection. The next product is sort of the product, but also the way I've been using it. So obviously this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is a great product. I have always liked this. I think it's a really good product, but I kind of discovered like a new technique I like using this for, and that is mixing it with liquid blushes to kind of sheer out liquid blushes and make them look more natural, more glowy, and just allow them to be a little more wearable. I particularly have been using this with the e.l.f. Camo liquid blush. The shades are just intense and super pigmented, and in all honesty, I don't really see the point of having to like apply like a dot and blend it out like mad. Like, that for me just kind of sucks. So I tried this randomly and it works amazingly. I think it's so good. I really wasn't expecting to love it as much as possible, and I don't know, I recommend everyone trying this. I also think the fact that it is like it has some pigment, it is like a nude product, just allows it to be more of a like sheer color that is just blended with your skin a lot better. I don't know, I just think it did a really good job, and I think these sort of like sheer glowy Charlotte Tilbury dupe products are really good to be mixing with those really pigmented blushes. So that has definitely been a big favorite. Then we have this Bobbi Brown highlighter. This is in the shade Pink Glow, and I remember swatching this when I was going through my highlighters and being like, huh, this is kind of exactly what I had wanted. So I had wanted like a kind of icy pink highlighter, and lo and behold, that is exactly what this is. And it's just funny because I clearly had not pulled it out of my collection in a while, nor really knew what my collection looked like, and so seeing this in my collection was exactly what I wanted, and it prevented me from buying a new icy pink highlighter, and I really enjoy the formula of that one. it's kind of, it's definitely not one of the blinding highlights. It's a lot more natural, a lot more, like, more, maybe a bit more shimmery than like metallic, but I don't know, I just really like it, and I think it's a little bit refreshing to be pulling highlighter out and it's to be like a pink tone. I don't know, I just have enjoyed that process and wearing that color. So that was a product I had totally forgotten about, and I had literally thought about buying an icy pink highlighter I don't know how many times, and thank God I didn't, because I literally have a perfectly good one there. 2 lip products. The first is this Milk Makeup Oil Lip Stain in the color Tude. This I bought ages ago, like years and years ago, and I actually bought this because of Devin Lee Carlson, and I really hadn't used it in a while, but recently I've been like really in the mood for like fuchsia sheer lips, and I had wanted to buy a couple different products because I was like, there's no way I have anything like that in my collection. And of course I do. I have this, and it's such a fun product. It is like an oil, so it's very sheer. On the lips, it just looks like a pink wash, kind of like a sheer red, but I think it's a little more pink than some of the sheer red products I do own. And I just love it. I think it's so much fun. It's such an easy way to apply like a fun color and for it to not be insane, but to also add just like a beautiful pink tint to the lips. Again, I think it's so perfect for spring, and it reminds me of like the effect it gives is a lot like a lot of the like tinted lip treatments that are so popular right now. And you know, I've wanted to buy so many of them and so many of those colors, and also looking for a color exactly like this. And as soon as I was watching it in that lip video, I was like, huh, I need to try this, and I honestly haven't been able to put it down since, so I've loved that. And then another sort of like lip treatment dupe. This is the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in Just Peachy. I do believe this is not sold anymore, which is really a bummer, because this to me is so similar to those like lip treatments, because it is just like a squeezy tube lip product with like a tinted, really yummy scented balm inside. The one thing about these is this is like super thick, like it's hard to get out, which is so funny, kind of random, but just something to keep in mind. But this has the most beautiful peach tint, and again, like peach was a color, peach is definitely like a really popular color for these sort of things, and I was like, you know, really wanted to try one of these treatments. I wanted to try some of those sheer colors, and lo and behold, I have it in my collection. And again, I think this is perfect for spring. It's fun to kind of rotate this in, because it is just such a fun, like springy, bright, warm color. And again, it's sheer, which is the products I like. It's sheer and it feels pretty nourishing. I don't know how long it feels super nourishing, but it is. And I think it's just like beautiful. Again, another really good everyday shade. Like it's not gonna be super noticeable, but it's just gonna give your lips that like sheer peachy tint, which I love. So that has been a lot of fun. Then this is kind of a random one, but this is the Benefit Cheek Braid Palette. And I showed this in the video and I kind of talked, I didn't like these 2 blushes. And I definitely still agree. I do not enjoy California and Dandelion, but I have been really enjoying Hoola Light, Hoola Bronzer, and Rockateur, which is fun because I had like, honestly, I don't think I've ever really gotten into it, but it is just kind of like a sheeny pink with a bit of like peach. I don't know, it's a really nice color, and I've just enjoyed using that a lot. And then Hoola Light is really such a good product if you are fair skinned to just kind of go crazy with the bronzers. And then Hoola is such a classic, and I use that product like every day in middle school, but I'm gonna show you the differences. This is a great palette and a great product. I will say, like, would I buy any of these again? Not necessarily. Like, I have some really good products otherwise, but I own them and I'm really enjoying using them and kind of switching out products. I think they're just great shades. It's convenient to have them all in one palette. It's fun to just like try something new. And I hadn't used this in a while and had not used Rockateur, and I think it's really beautiful, so I have been really enjoying that. The last palette, sort of palette thing I wanted to talk about that I like rediscovered is, again, not exactly like the product itself, but I think when I was going through my eyeshadows, I was kind of realizing I need to utilize this little mini eyeshadow palette way more to pick out colors I want to wear. So these are the new sort of colors I picked out that I wanted to be sort of front and center and available. A lot of them are the same from the video. I love Shroom by MAC and these like soft brown colors, cool tone browns, whatever. But I also wanted to kind of take the opportunity to put in some fun new ones. So this like beautiful pink purpley shade, this deep red, and then this fun like bronzy deep brown shimmer. So that was another thing I really wanted to highlight from, or I really wanted it to change when I was looking through my eyeshadow collection, and I had a lot of fun picking these out. And again, I think it just allows you to have some variety and to have certain colors and looks and vibes just like right at your fingertips, rather than like, you know, flipping through different palettes. And I just think like curating these smaller palettes can be a lot of fun. If I like sat there and worked harder, I could have made like a really beautiful like pink palette or things like that. But I just kind of wanted to pick out some colors I wanted to use more, or I felt like I used a lot in other palettes, but I wanted in the single formula altogether. So yeah, not exactly like the product itself, but the habit of making these little palettes and using more of my eyeshadows. So we'll just put that right there. But anyways, these are some of the products that I rediscovered and have loved. I mean, I think this is probably like maybe a lot smaller than you might have thought after going through my entire collection, but in all honesty, I do often like rifle through my collection and pick out new things. So like I have a lot of, I'm pretty good about like using a lot of things, but not for all categories. Like I think for lips and cheek stuff, like that is where I get a little bad about it, but otherwise I'm usually pretty good. So I really did want to highlight the things that I was kind of surprised by, like the fun things I sort of gained in products, but also like techniques I hadn't even thought to use. But you know, when going through it, I was like, huh, like I have that product, this would be a fun way to use it. And just trying to make the things I have work in different ways and offer different looks. So it's kind of a lot of fun to go through these. I've been really enjoying doing my makeup these past weeks, using these new products that I hadn't used this way, or like it is kind of like getting new makeup, because some of these things were things I wanted to buy. Turns out I already had them, so it's really fun. But yeah, just a little insight into some of the products I've been really enjoying. Feel like this is probably the end of my series. This is kind of like the wrap up of things I've like gained from it. Maybe I will do a reflection video, but I thought it'd be fun just to go through kind of the products that I rediscovered. I thought about doing like one on the other hand, like products I realized I didn't like, but in all honesty, most of those were decluttered immediately. So, you know, not as worth it. I don't want to just save things to talk about them, but that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna keep making videos like this, favorites, new techniques, new things, all while trying to maintain a good habit of buying makeup, because that is still a problem. I definitely love to buy and shop for makeup and clothes, so I'm trying to be better about it, and I think this sort of thing does really help me feel fulfilled with my collection and have more fun with it, rather than always feeling the need to buy. Because I don't know, I just think that is what is promoted the most in makeup videos and YouTube and content creation, so I'm trying to be better. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.